Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Daniel with Four Winds Outdoors. Hope this video finds you well. Hey, so I had a few moments and I wanted to kind of build on last week's video that we put out, and that was on the Pull Start Fire. You'll notice last week we did actually have one that was a dud. I do want to let you know that I have actually talked to Pull Start Fire, and they're going to do everything to rectify that issue for us. And you know, I really appreciate a company that stands by their products. The other thing is that since then I have actually used about 4 of those, and I haven't had a single problem with any of them. So once again, like I stated in the previous video, you know, having one that malfunctioned doesn't really set a bad taste in my mouth, because you know it happens. I've had many products over the years, including a Bic lighter one time, that for whatever reason that booger just would not start. So anyway, I just want to give you a little bit of an update on last week's video. I'm still very impressed with that particular product, and I will be adding one of those to my kit just as yet another way to build a fire when I'm outdoors. So what I wanted to do today, though, is I want to show you another way that I actually start fires when I'm outdoors, and that is with, I don't know if hopefully you can see this, a little ferrocerium rod. This little particular one actually fits in the sheath of my knife, and so this, I always have this one with me, but I usually also carry a much larger one. But anyway, the reason I like using a ferrocerium rod is because I honestly can't think of a single time over the many years that I've been using one that I have not been able to get a fire started. It's just a very reliable way to start a fire, and all I need is the ferrocerium rod and my knife, or a knife with a really good 90-degree spine, and I can produce fire. One of the things I'm going to show you today, though, is I'm going to set up the camera here in a second. I'm going to show you what I'm using as tinder today, and tell you why I'm going to be using it, and then I'm simply going to show you how I start a fire with a ferrocerium rod. So hope that you stay tuned in for that. Okay, first off, when outdoors, to be honest with you, there's a lot of different things that you can use as a tinder source. But here where I'm at right now, one of the things that I found that I'm going to use is this pretty much dead weed grass. To be honest with you, I do not know the name of this. I know that it grows plentiful here in Southwest Virginia, and I know that if you can find this, then you have a really good tinder source. You know, there's other things, though, here where I live, that I can usually find some source of fat wood, and we'll maybe do a video on fat wood, tulip poplar bark, that, you know, if I can find some of that that's been down for a little while, and I can maybe find that and use that. But for today's purposes, we're actually going to use this right here, and all we're going to do is literally just grab a bunch of this, and we're going to make what's called a bird's nest. And after I collect enough of this, I'll take you over to the fire pit and we'll get it started. But you can kind of see why I like this. You can actually just kind of work it up and break it up just a little bit, you know, get some more of those fibers exposed, and then we're going to be making a bird's nest out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and collect a little bit more of this, and then we'll move over to the fire pit and show you how easily this lights. Okay, so we're back. I gathered up as much as I felt like I needed, and you know, super easy to grab up. The other reason I like this grass is because it's actually been kind of wet lately, and even though it's been pretty wet lately, the fact is that this is standing up still, and so I'm not just picking it up off the ground. So whenever you have just a little bit of wind and stuff, it actually dries this out pretty good. But I found that even if this is a little damp, it actually tends to catch a spark pretty well. So you know, I'm just going to break it up a little bit, like I said, just kind of loosen up some of those fibers a little bit. And then I'm just simply going to roll this around itself. And fold some of these fibers over, fold some of them under. You know, it doesn't have to be pretty. You know, that's the thing. It does not have to be pretty, and that's perfectly fine as long as it serves its purpose. Now, at the base of these plants, there's even finer material, and so I grabbed some of that I can just place right slap in the middle here. And then I'm just going to set it right there. And we're just going to give this a go. Now, once again, what I'm going to be using is a ferrocerium rod. And my knife. And one of the things I see a lot of people doing is, you know, really scraping hard on these things. It actually doesn't require that much effort. And to direct the flames really well, or direct the sparks, I like to just get the knife pretty close to it. And then I pull back, and there we go. And so, as you can see, that goes up super fast, super easy. You would then, of course, have your next level of tinder, small sticks about pinky size, and then just keep working your way up until you have a really nice warm fire. And it is literally that easy, guys. So I hope you found this video informative, and this is something that you can go out and try really easily. You know, as always, just be careful, be safe, and till next time, get outdoors and enjoy it.